Hey guys, and welcome back to Zilla's Journey Season 2. Now, just like with the last Autobot, this one is going to be a bit more grounded. As again, when I first initially made both, Season 1s of the series, I kind of went a little crazy, kind of did my own little wild style twist of everything here. So this takes place in an alternate version of the Monsterverse where Shimo just doesn't exist here, and that Zilla is the ancestor to Shimo. So essentially, Shimo's kind of like dead, which I do think would make more sense because she's supposed to be like the progenitor of all the Titans, and so her legacy kind of like lives on in her somewhat reincarnation, if you will, here. And then Zilla also evolving into basically a Tyranitar via his genetics adapting to the likes of a early on destroyer. And the sheer fact that we also have the Navi, with him marrying Natiri and having their first daughter, that being Tuk, who is still a newborn at this time. Now, without further ado, let's begin the story. Our story begins 1 year later. Tuk is around 2 years old at the moment. She's still, a baby and stuff, but she's walking around. And Zilla is living his best life at the moment. He's not the leader of the Navi, but he is their guardian, their protector here. And so he does bail them out when it comes to any Kaiju. Keep in mind they are more of the Metakayan tribe than the Omatakayans. Or basically both tribes are somewhat together, with both of them kind of benefiting off one another. Now, you might ask yourselves, do they still have like a Titan army, if you will? And I'm going to say yes and no. They still keep some of the Titans that they managed to tame, that being the Warbats and the Tiamets, or the Leviathans, if you will. So keeping those, they each have a mastery over land, air, and, well, sea as well. And this is because the Warbats can pretty much just fly all together. You might ask yourselves here, where's Godzilla? Where's Kong? Good, and I'm glad. Godzilla's on the surface, living his best life as well. He's never had to evolve at this point here, and well, he's kind of just keeping any Titan in check if they get out of line. And the same with Zilla. He'll go up to the surface and help out Godzilla or investigate if he needs to, considering they are both Alpha Titans. Meanwhile, Kong's on his own, chilling, minding his own business, just hopping around and having fun in his own right here. However, there's one thing that is going to change everything: the world's government. Now again, if you guys remember in the original, I did have Mortal Kombat characters installed here because they just feel more memorable to me, with President, being Jax, Jax Briggs from Mortal Kombat, and the lieutenant of the military as of right now is Sonya Blade. So we have them discussing with other members of the special forces like Stryker, Cabal, and many other more, I guess you could say, government or world official like beings, or heads and officials of other countries, I should say, excuse me. And so this is where Sonya basically addresses something. What are they going to do when the Titans turn on them? What are they going to do if the Na'vi become a threat, right? What if they don't have any means to really just stop them? And this is where one of the people, or let's just say the Chinese official, simply proposes that what if they made their own, mechanized units? What if they made their own Titans? Either mechanized or organic. And this is where let's say the Brazilian official simply states, using biological warfare would simply just attract the Titans here. We've seen how Zilla, Godzilla, and Kong simply are more attuned in nature. And then there's Mothra and any other Titan as well. So the best means would be to go for the mechanical route, if you will, right? So Sonya proposes, okay, then where to begin? How do we pilot such a thing? And this is where they come up with a solution. Now keep in mind, this still takes place after the events of King of the Monsters. And so they decide to use Ghidorah's head as sort of a neural network. But with all the government worlds working together, they make sure that it's under control until further notice. And so begins the Jaeger program. under the direction of Sir Pentecost, or, Pentecost from Pacific Rim. So he still is in the, he's obviously here in this alternate universe here. And I do think it is important that we kind of do have some similarities here. So with that being said, Pentecost pretty much oversees the Jaeger program. And believe it or not, I'm going to say we skip Mach 1s and Mach 2s just automatically here. Now you might say, wait, so you're going from Mach 5 and Mach 6 is legendary? Why? Hear me out. The Monsterverse technology, albeit lesser than Pacific Rim's, is still a lot more potent and a lot more powerful. Keep in mind, Mechagodzilla could wipe out all of Pacific Rim, okay? And he is less advanced than the Jaegers. Now, without using, Titans or using a Titan frequency to mimic that of Ghidorah, which would send Godzilla into a panic, they have a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for here? A bit more time, a bit more ease to study. And with Monarch working together with the special forces here, I do think it benefits everyone, especially with all the countries pulling their resources together, just like in the original Pacific Rim, where they pretty much were able to make all these Jaegers and keep advancing on them. So instead of actually, just going from Mach 1 and testing it out on a Kaiju, which would draw the attention of the three alphas respectively, I would actually say that they decide to go for a Mach 5 almost immediately. And this results in the creation of a few Jaegers. And these are going to be Bracer Phoenix, Striker Eureka, Saber Athena, Guardian Bravo, Obsidian Fury, and Gypsy Avenger. And they are still working on mechanized Titans, using the skeletal remains of not only Dagon, but the rival as well. Now again, it is going to be a while before they even get that up and running. But right now, they have Titans, or their own Jaegers, or their own Titans, if you will, excuse me. And so this is where they start thinking, should we make a test run? I mean, I don't think it's a good idea. Do we send it to the Hollow Earth immediately? What if it doesn't work? What if it backfires? And so this is where one of the few pilots, Riley Beckett, actually goes to pilot Gypsy Avenger. And with the more advanced technology and using Ghidorah's cerebral network to kind of connect the Jaegers to the pilots a lot better, they're more in a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more or less like an Iron Man suit, but bigger, They're able to pilot it without any worry. They're able to utilize the weapons, no problem. And in all honesty, I think this would be better. Because I find it interesting how, yes, they always did need two pilots here, but yet Mechagodzilla only needed one. Interesting, ain't it? Crazy how the neural network problem was kind of solved just instantly, right? But with this more unified and I guess you could say semi-advanced or more advanced universe, they're able to put their technology together in order to benefit everyone around them. And so this is where Riley takes Gypsy Avenger into the Hollow Earth and actually lands in the Crystal Chasms. Now again, I did not name this in the last season, but this is the birthplace of Crystalax. And so this is where Riley puts Gypsy Avenger to the test against not one, not two, but three Crystalax. And he actually uses this pretty well. He's able to move, react, and think, and the Jaeger responds just like him. Now, this isn't just human reflexes, mind you. This is on a whole nother scale. It's like, again, the Iron Man suit, but just bigger. So he's able to move more fluidly as if he's one of these Titans. And with his new chain blade, he's able to slice one in half. He then dodges the other one and then kicks it to the side. one of the Crystallocs roll at him, and this is where he takes out his plasma cannon and blasts it over and over and over again. However, this is where the schematics show that Crystalloc is absorbing the energy. So he switches to his knuckle dusters, and he actually utilizes his boosters on his arm to actually shatter the Crystalloc's crystal, and then utilizing his blade stabs through the remaining area, killing it instantly. Then there's the last one, the biggest one. It puts up the greatest fight against Riley, but Riley is just more formidable now, you know? Gypsy Avenger just picks at it, using physical blows, using its knuckle dusters to beat on it over and over and over again until it's dead. Just pulverized with its face in the ground as if it was nothing. And so this is where they pick up another signal. It's coming fast and it's coming powerful. It's Zilla, or it's Junior. And he's heard the commotion. He sensed it even. And he's beelining it towards Riley fast. However, before he gets there, Riley's gone back through the Hollow Earth portal. And this is where Zilla pretty much looks down at the ground. He sees the remains of the Crystalloc. And he's honestly disgusted. Something killed them. And when he sniffs them, he doesn't even smell what it was. It smells metallic. I mean, sure, he can identify metal, but it confuses him. What's going on? What is this? What killed them? It's not of the Hollow Earth here. And so this is where he grabs the bodies of the Crystalloc and just brings them back to the village, reverting back into his human state, or his more humanoid-like form, and then he pretty much greets his wife and child. And so this is where he begins to address what's happening, that something is hunting the Titans. And this does get the people curious. You know, they're not afraid of it. They're ready for any type of war here. However, this is where Zilla knows that the people need to improve. They need to become stronger, tougher. So he wants their recommendations on what they can use as armor, as weapons. And so right now, the Crystallocs are a good start for weaponry, considering their crystals can just absorb energy, and they actually seem to be stronger than even bullets. So right now, the Na'vi are content with making their Crystallocs hide into other clothing. However, they give them more recommendations. And so Zilla begins to hunt only one of certain kaiju. He hunts down the first one, that being a Gurian. Now, Gurians are from Gamera, and they're the ones with these sword faces here. Now, keep in mind, this is like an amalgamation of multiple kaiju universes. So you have Gamera's universe, you have Godzilla's universe, and then you have, the Pokemon universe as well, as long as with Pacific Rim. However, I will be doing that for another season. So, with that being said, he does hunt down these kaiju, and he brings them back to the Na'vi, where they make more advanced weaponry for themselves here. So they're tougher, they're better, they're more improved, and utilizing any of the meat from these kaiju, they are able to pretty much have a stable food supply all around. So it's a win-win for everybody. Now, let's talk about the surface. What is going on with Godzilla? Well, the second Jaeger has been deployed, that being Obsidian Fury. And this one is piloted by Makao Yori. And so, she takes the fight to another kaiju. But this one is more destructive than anything. This being Amalok. So Amalok pretty much is just dusted here. He does put up a good fight. But eventually, Mako just utilizes her chain blades and slices through him. Even when Amalok wants to submit, he can't. He gets obliterated. He gets incinerated even. And it's just done. Right then and there. Done like that. He's incinerated by her nuclear reactor. And it's just over. How unfortunate. Then the next one is deployed back to the Hollow Earth, but this time on Kong's side. This one is Saber Athena, and it confronts another kaiju, that being the crustaceanus Rex, which is from Godzilla, the series. And well, it struggles at first, because again, C-Rex is very good in aquatic combat. However, she takes out her blades and just slices through C-Rex like a hot knife through butter. And this is where we pan over to the screen, and we see all of the Jaegers and what they've done, the recordings and everything, right? Or, Monarch being able to wash them somehow through the Hollow Earth. They see everything. Obsidian Fury killing Amalok. Gypsy Avenger killing Crystal Axe. And then Saber Athena had just killed Crustaceanus Rex. Everything is going very well in their eyes. They're battle tested. They're ready. However, one of the officials, let's say it's the Indian one, speaks up about something. How's it fare against an Alpha Titan? To which this is where Pentecost, Jax, and Sonya all look at each other, contemplating. And they admit they would not know at all how it would pilot, or at least fight, against an Alpha Kaiju. So Pentecost decides, well, there's only one way to find out. Any other Alpha Titans other than the main three? To which Sonya says, yes, that is one. That being Yamata no Orochi, who's resting within Mount Fuji at the moment. And so this is where a citywide evacuation pretty much occurs here. And they actually use that moment to draw out Yamata no Orochi. However, Orochi's awakening is sensed by Zilla almost immediately. And he states to Neytiri that he's going to have to go back to the surface to see what's going on. Understanding that there's something more going on, they both give each other a kiss goodbye, and he kisses his daughter goodbye as she pretty much holds his finger, and he pretty much turns into his beast form, dives into the water, and pretty much just rockets himself to the Hollow Earth. And so this is where he doesn't make it just yet. We actually go over to Mount Fuji, where Yamata no Orochi is awakened. He's looking around like, what the heck? I know somebody called me. What the, who summoned me? Hey, y'all know who summoned me out here? Nah? Well, shoot, I guess I'll go back to sleep. It gets hit with a barrage of anti-kaiju missiles. And these hurt. Yeah, they hurt. But the sheer fact that Yamata no Orochi is just built different and is classified as an Alpha Titan in his own right, he's just like, dude, what the heck are you? And so Stryker begins to rush at him, as Yamata no Orochi actually utilizes all 8 heads to fire a destructive fire blast at him. However, Stryker jumps over it and actually hits him with a I guess you could say an axe kick midair through his head, dropping his main body to the floor. However, before he can get the finishing blow, he is hit with a green atomic flame to his chest, and out rises the water is Zilla, and he is pissed. He sensed that some of the Titans were being killed, even on the surface and in the Hollow Earth. But now he's got a good look at what he's dealing with, and he's pissed off. And that's where I'm going to leave it here today, you guys. Please comment down below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. And I can't wait to show y'all Chapter 2, where this war starts to heat up. Peace.